Hello, I'm Joshua with Joshua's Recordings. Here on today's episode of Joshua's Recordings, we are going to be looking at this laptop. More specifically, we are going to be looking at how to replace this. This, my friends, is a power jack. Focus. I swear, every time I try to focus something close, I have to switch the camera into manual focus. There we go. This is the power jack. Someone knocked this computer off of a of a table, and the original power jack is completely broken. It's kind of hard to see because the computer's black, but it is completely destroyed. And this laptop definitely worth fixing. This is a Dell XPS. There's a battery left in it. Dell XPS computer. Fail at attempt 1. Alright. And it has pretty good specs. So you can see we have an i5 processor clocked at 2.3 gigahertz. West Digital 750 GB hard drive. Let's see. We have 8 gigabytes of RAM. So definitely a very respectable machine. And let's see what we can do. First things first, we're going to tear it down. So I'll show you how to do that. Be careful with these two wires. This particular computer has the digital, or not digital, the backlighting, and this little wire right here that runs to the backlight is incredibly flimsy, so just be careful with that. Alright, back to the teardown. Alright, there's the top with the lovely K&N air filter thing on it, because the person that owns the computer likes the look of the logo. Interesting looking trackpad, actually. This is interesting. I'm actually going to pull this up close so you can actually see this. This is a very unique design here. You don't typically see this in most laptops. This is the actual trackpad circuit board. And typically this is covered over by a piece of metal, but in this particular laptop it's not. Only the buttons are covered over by the piece of metal. So you can actually see what the trackpad looks like, and you can see all the wires that run out to the various locations that sense where your finger is on it. I thought that was really cool, and you guys should probably see that. The Dell XPS 15 L501X anyway, and 502X, because they basically have the same motherboard. You cannot replace the GPU, unfortunately. But while we're in here, let's clean off the CPU. Use my patented method, just blowing through it. And just like that, most of the dust from the CPU cooler is now removed. Alright. Now, while we tore this thing apart, it's actually for a purpose. We are exchanging this DC jack, like you probably knew from the beginning of the video. And we're just going to play that there and remove the old jack. Here is the old jack. As you can see, or you can't see because the stupid thing won't focus. That thing is completely destroyed. You should not let these things fall from a couple feet. It's very bad for them. Anyway. Let's get our new one. Here is our new one, which is actually has much thicker wires compared to our old one. Much thicker wires. Wow. Well, then we'll just plug it in. Good, it fits. That's always a good sign. We're going to have to move a couple of these things around because unfortunately the fall destroyed the actual like mounting mechanism for it. So hopefully this one screw that this thing holds in by will be enough to hold it. I'm not sure how easy we're going to be able to route this cable because the aftermarket charging adapter is much bigger than the factory one. Actually, I might have to break some of these off. If you are always sensitive about computers, look away now. You have been warned. Hopefully that'll be good enough. I can't even get it in there much better. Alright. I'm just going to take this module here. We're going to push it down. There. Take the original screw and screw the new power module back in. I feel like you want it either way. Now all I can do is hope that the case won't interfere with this much thicker wire. I have a feeling that this was a universal part design for both the excuse me, the what was it called? The L502X and the L702X, the 17-inch version, or also known as the XPS 17. Also, one interesting, since I have this open and I'm sort of interested myself, this is the subwoofer. So, me being an audio guy, cannot take apart a Dell XPS 15 laptop without taking a look at the built-in subwoofer. JBL subwoofer, no less. So, let's take this thing apart and find out what that thing looks like. Ah! It's cute! You know what's really cool? That's actually a metal driver. Let me get a closer in. You're probably not going to be able to tell without actually feeling it for yourself because there's a lot of counterfeit Chinese drivers that aren't actually metal, but this is actually a metal driver. This is like the stuff that JBL used to use in those cheap little, or not even that really that cheap, little wired speakers. Used to be like little iPod dogs around with double A's. They're actually pretty cool, and this looks like a similar driver to what those used. And it is in a very big tuned box. It's also ported, cute little port. So yeah, that's actually not bad. Better than I expected. Much better than the little subwoofers that come in Macs, like I showed in a video many years ago. And I would say that video is pretty cringy now that I go and watch it from a couple years later. At least I'm getting paid for it, so that's all that matters. Alright, so it is done. Sorry for the music that played through the entire video, but I didn't want to be completely bored while doing this, and music is very good for when I'm working. Anyway, let's make sure it actually works after doing all that to it. Backlight works. Animations work. Ah, yes. And as we can see, it works perfectly. We have right here, it says Intel Core i5 processor. And so now we just need to make sure that the DC power jack actually works. So we will do that, and this video is basically over. So thanks for watching. This has been Josh's Recordings.